All right, if you are thinking about relocating to Fredericksburg, Virginia, you are definitely going to want to watch this video all the way through. I'm going to be doing a full breakdown of the Fredericksburg area. So let's get right into it. By the way, really quick, my name is Chris Colgan with eXp. I'm a realtor here in the DC area. Text me or call me anytime at the number below. Most of my buyers and sellers come from my Instagram page or this YouTube page, but let's get right into it. So exactly where is Fredericksburg? Let's take a quick look on Google Maps. So right here, right, you have Washington, D.C., and then you have this road called 95, I-95, Interstate 95, that goes all the way into 495, which will be the Beltway around D.C., and then it kind of connects and keeps going. But anyways, 95 goes all the way south from D.C. down to Fredericksburg, which started off with this like little tiny town, and now it has completely exploded. And if you were to keep going down this 95 area, you would eventually hit Richmond, Virginia. So if you've ever driven up the East Coast, maybe from Florida to New York or something like that, you would pass through Fredericksburg, Richmond, and everything on I-95. So that is the location of it. That is why it is really popular. One other thing really quick that I want to show you guys on this other map here that I'm going to be marking up a little bit more than the whole Google map thing is actually one of the things that makes Fredericksburg very popular. Is a lot of people, maybe even yourself, are in the military or the FBI, and you can see Quantico Marine Base is right here, which is a very popular place where a ton of the people work, obviously the U.S. Marines, FBI, and all that. And then over here, if you get a little bit further north, you can't really see it on this map, you have another town that a lot of people that consider that going to Fredericksburg would be Woodbridge, Virginia. Can be a little bit more pricey, but that's on the eastern end of Prince William County, and we go there as well. So let's kind of talk about, like, let's go a little bit further south of Fredericksburg, because it's a huge area. One of the places that a lot of people look when you're talking like Fredericksburg area is this Spotsylvania County, and the medium sales price there is going to be a little bit more affordable. It's $456,000, and then on niche.com it has an A- rating for overall, B rating for schools, and then an A- rating good for families. You're going to see a lot more properties out here with some land and different, like, acre or two. There's another cool neighborhood called Fawn Lake, and there's just a lot to do that way as well that's starting to come in out. They're actually building this like huge water park out there as well. That is a really popular area just because it's a little more affordable. And then over here, you also have a couple different areas like Lake of the Woods is another popular area that people would consider. And you can't really see it on this map. There's another area called Lake Anna, Virginia. That's a huge tourist area. There's just a lot of things kind of going in around here. And then if you went further south from down here, you would actually eventually hit Kings Dominion, which is this huge amusement park that's a little bit further south of Spotsylvania. So if you were considering maybe going to Fredericksburg and you wanted a little bit more of friendlier pricing, that would be an area I definitely would choose. Now, here's the problem, though, right? When you're going up this Fredericksburg, up 95, this road right here, it's got to be one of the worst roads in all of the United States. Did I say United States? United States. The traffic gets really bad there. They have added these hot lanes in, or these like lanes that go switch back and forth. They've done as much as they can for the roads, but just keep in mind it gets really backed up. So if you're not going to be working remotely a lot of times and you're going to be traveling, your only other option would be the VRE train, or like I said, driving up this 95. Just keep in mind if there's an accident or something, you could actually have a rough commute. So over in Fredericksburg, right, we have Old Town Fredericksburg, which is actually one of my favorite parts in all of Virginia. It is absolutely beautiful. There is just so much to do there. You can walk around to the different town. There, the Old Town, there, the like local restaurants, local shops. The river is right there, and there is just so much to do. That area can get a little bit more pricey when you're talking that city of Fredericksburg area. And like I said, it is very historic, really beautiful places. You can tell by looking at the drone footage. But when you look at Fredericksburg and itself, the medium sales price is around $419,000, and then it's rated B+ overall by niche.com, and then C+ for schools, and then B good for families. So Fredericksburg, you can pretty much get anything and everything. You can get a small townhouse like a Rambler, a Rambler home for $300,000 to $400,000, a small townhouse for $200,000 to $300,000, to a townhouse for $600,000 to $700,000, to a single family on a couple acres for millions of dollars, or a single family in Old Town Fredericksburg for a lot of money as well. So the pricing there, that's another thing that makes it really popular, is there is all kinds of different housing options. The other thing I'll tell you is most of the people that end up buying over there are military. So we do a lot of people that have VA loans, and a lot of people kind of move in and out. It is very transient, but this area has really grown. They also moved the baseball team from Woodbridge, and now they're called the Freds and that. So the Nationals farm team is there. There's a brand new stadium. There's a Wegmans around there as well. So there is just plenty to do in that area. One thing that I've seen some people do recently in the last few years is also Fredericksburg kind of extends, Fredericksburg and Stafford area kind of extends out here as well. In 17, you can ride this and you can eventually hit up a town called Warrenton, Virginia. You can also connect to Manassas, Virginia. And I've had some people that work for the FAA over in Warrenton, or maybe they work at Micron in Manassas or Lockheed Martin. They've chose to kind of live in this area over here where it's a little bit more spacious, no HOA, certain different like things like that. There's a lot of new construction. Again, though, that road, that commute can be a little bit long, but that's even Fredericksburg as well. It gets really huge. And then one other place that some people could choose to go out is going to be a little bit further east of Fredericksburg, which would be called King George, Virginia. But again, that gets a little bit further out because you've got to commute up this road and then go hit up 95. And so there's a lot of driving if you decide to do that. And there's just so much to do when you're in Fredericksburg. Talking a place called Central Park, where there's all kinds of shopping, restaurants, bowling alleys, movie theaters, pretty much anything and everything you would want. You really don't honestly ever need to leave the Fredericksburg area unless you went into DC and went to see a concert or a show or something. Now, one other area that people consider that's part of Fredericksburg obviously is going to be Stafford, Virginia. That area is really popular. It's going to be a little bit more newer homes coming in there. Medium sales price of $520,000. B+ rating overall on niche.com. C+ for schools, and then B good for families. This is why I really like Stafford. A lot of brand new townhouses, a lot of brand new communities as well. And then you kind of miss out on this little bottleneck of that Fredericksburg traffic. So you almost don't hit that, which is a huge plus when you're commuting anywhere or driving anywhere in the Washington, D.C. region, especially when you consider Interstate 95. Two neighborhoods I definitely would consider would be Aquia Harbor. This is kind of a little bit of an older neighborhood. You can't really tell it on the map, but it's right here. And it's kind of like got this little harbor area. They've got their own like fire department. Medium sales price is $485,000. Has an A.5 rating, A- rating on niche.com, and it's located literally right off 95. A lot of older homes. I think they actually have a golf course there. Prices go all over the place, mainly single family homes. It's actually a gated community as well. That community is very popular. I've had a lot of people love it. And then right over here, kind of in this area, they've built something called Embrey Mill, which is one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of the DC region. Like all these brand new beautiful homes, and there are different builders came in there. Medium sales price in there is going to be a little bit more expensive, $655,000. A+ overall rating on niche.com. A- for the schools. A+ on good for families. That neighborhood is extremely popular. I was out there one day on a showing. There was ice cream trucks around, kids were running around. You had like this beautiful clubhouse with a restaurant and pool, and the houses are definitely unique. It really reminds me of a Celebration, Florida, like one of these unique neighborhoods. That area is definitely popping. That is a really popular neighborhood that a lot of people are checking out as well. And a lot of people bought new in there, and I've had some people start to sell, but there's just not a lot for sale in there because it is such a popular neighborhood. But keep in mind, townhouses in there can be around $500,000 to $600,000. But the pluses to the Fredericksburg area for me is it's a lot more affordable than some of the areas of like a Fairfax or a Prince William, or even like a Fauquier County, Virginia, and certainly a lot more affordable than Arlington and Alexandria. Just keep in mind though that Route 95 or I-95, some people get mad at me when I say Route 95, can definitely be a little difficult. But if you're looking to move to Fredericksburg, definitely hit me up. I've done plenty of videos on the Fredericksburg market. I'm going to link them in below. Click on them anytime. And if you're looking to buy a house and you're relocating here, you can obviously tell that we know a lot about the area. My team and I would love to help you. So just call, text, and I'll also post in the comments a link to my website. But thanks for watching this video on Fredericksburg.